going to be nice breeze. It's been blowing east wind, but it's going to be blowing west today. So first time I've launched it out of my new house here in Stevenson, Washington. One thing I do when I'm rummaging around in my bag, if I come across my drain plug, I don't do it later, I put it in now. I put it in when I first see it. Come across it. And then also the wind blade. I always put that on when you come across it. So I am officially on the water. I had a longer rigging time, just, you know, looking for stuff. But here I am. Light breeze. See how it goes. Breeze now is going in, which is nice. I'm just sitting in right now on the bench. Just got my feet in the strap, and the boat's sailing itself. Literally. I'm not even touching the tiller right now. I give it a little nudge with my knee now and then. There's one other boat out. He just came out about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. This is more better here. Just some nice, steady volume coming through finally. I'm just sitting on the bench. The boat's still sailing itself pretty much. Telltales on my jib look pretty good. And my old mainsail, which is ancient, looks pretty good. And I'm moving pretty good for this wind. Absolutely no gusts, just steady volume. It's beautiful. I guess my main, I just pulled my main in a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna head up a little. Yeah, that helps. So now I'm getting up toward Cascade Locks, which is on the Oregon side, and I noticed this little slip over here. He has all his sail up and he's moving along, but I can see that it's not gusty or anything over there, so I think that might be one of those Ranger 20s. They're not bad little boats. They're kind of a keel boat, actually. I don't think they're a centerboard boat. I might go see him. I'm trying to find some people out here. You know, I just moved out here to the gorge. I have retired, and I know a lot of people out here, but I'm always looking for people that are sailing small boats. Here he comes. It's moving pretty good. Coming up to Cascade Locks Marina now. It's tucked in. It's Cascade Locks Marina is very hard to see. It's tucked in. There's just a slot opening there, and it's well protected, and it needs to be, because the Columbia River channels a bit underneath Bridge of the Gods, which you see on the right, and the wind can channel through here pretty good. So at least this beach right here is protected from west wind, and then the harbor, the marina harbor, which is pretty small, is protected pretty well. And then if it looks like he's starting to close on me, I will tack away, but I don't think I need to. Here's a little Ranger 20. I think I've seen that guy out here, I'm not sure. I'm moving pretty good now. I I think I'll just speed him across. That works for me. Boat sailing itself, I've got the bungee on. I do move my body weight a little bit now and then. I do move the tiller a little bit with my finger. I'm gonna head up a little. So I'm coming in closer now. What would be the entryway into the harbor right now? It's, gosh, it must not be more than 75 feet wide. Cascade Locks Marina, stunning setting in the gorge. It's a long waiting list to get in there, and yet there's a bunch of derelict boats that just never go out. Nobody sails them, and they just keep staying there. I don't know why. We're both trying to beat the barge here. Goes. He goes a little bit closer to the island than he does right in the middle, and I'd say it's right down the middle. I'm going through its turbulence right now. They're usually not too bad. Sometimes there's kind of an undercurrent though. Kind of wiggy. I just kind of veer off and go through it. Get the gust now. This takes abandoned sloop here. I assume it is. Has been here for years, and you know, just looking at the hull, it looks like a pretty nice boat. People abandon them for all sorts of reasons, you know. I mean, cost, they just can't do the moorage fees, or they're just, I don't know, it's a pretty ruthless thing to do. But I'm almost wanting to hike along the railroad tracks over there and go down and check it out. I'm sure I wouldn't want to try to salvage it, but it just, you know, it's got fairly nice lines. Really good wind. It's pretty steady. I got a few gusts about 20 minutes ago, nothing severe. It woke me up though. I haven't sailed for 6 weeks. But I would say it's built up to about what they forecast. They said about, you know, up to 10 knots. And I think up at Cascade Locks, I got at least that. Here, I'd say this is about 8, 6 or 8 right now. Beautiful day, though. And when I'm running down from Cascade Locks towards Stevenson, I'm going against the current, but there's not much current. This is such a big area. In fact, it's called Lake Bonneville, named after the dam, which is just west of here. So it's a really wide spot in the river. There is flow for sure. But what I do is when I'm in this wind, there's always a fine line between jibing. It's so fast, you just jibe and take off again. Or coming up around and tacking and taking off. I guess that's a 280 or 260 or whatever. I don't remember. You know, it's a chicken jibe, which is not a bad. You know, it's just when you're solo. You know, I like jibing a lot. I even like doing it in high wind. but I'm always, you know, it's always a little more risky than tacking around. Broad reaching. Sometimes I'll head up and come onto a reach just to kind of get a feel for what the wind's doing. Seems like on a reach I can feel it a little better. I like to see. Yeah, this isn't bad. I'm sort of on a semi-plane right now. I just came up on the rail just then. I'm seeing the start of, you know, not whitecaps yet. It's probably blowing about 8. I'm moving well. So this is fantastic now. Just a really nice amount of air. Broad reaching. Sometimes I'll head up and come onto a reach just to kind of get a feel for what the wind's doing. This is nice. I got the main sheet in my hand. I got my feet under the strap just in case I got a gust. The board is, you know, 3/4 of the way down. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. But I'm glad I came out today. Get a feel for the wind on a reach. So right now I'm sitting on the bench, but I am ready to get up on the rail. I've also got the sheet in my hand and both feet are under the strap, just in case. I'm not really trimming my head sail right now. This feels really nice. I just pulled the main in about an inch or two then. Now I'm going to bear off again. Very nice. So I'm hove to wait for this monster here to go by. That's the other paddle boat that's operating out here, and it's much bigger. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decks. I just did a nice broad reach from Cascade locks. It was hard to get much footage. Beautiful ending to a pretty good day.